one of my most requested conversations that I have with my clients, and it is about forecasting how to make your paid media spend profitable. You might be experiencing, perhaps whether you're a business owner or whether you're an agency owner or you're wanting to start a business, how will I even know how to get this to be profitable? If I'm putting ad spend somewhere, how do I know when it's going to draw a return? Am I seeing returns, or has my return started to taper off? Here are all the metrics that you need to know that affect your overall return on ad spend and how you can identify where you're currently at and how you can get to a healthy forecast of making the return that you want. There are going to be a few different metrics that I'm going to speak about, and I just want you to just listen to this a few times if you need, because they all are super important to the customer journey, and you do need to be aware of all of these things if you are in e-commerce, if you do want to see good results. So let's get into how I am able to forecast how to get to that profitability with your ad spend. So the first thing here, and I think what could be quite helpful, is putting up a sort of table here of an example of a current forecast where you can see that the return on ad spend, that final kind of column there, is looking quite sad. No one wants like a 0.1 return on ad spend. That just makes me so sad. But unfortunately for some, it could be the reality for you and you may not even realize. So the first thing here is just your paid media spend. I've just put in an arbitrary number. Now you need to know that at some point, depending on what niche you're in and depending on a range of different factors, market demand, pricing, all that sort of stuff, that media spend will start to not be as efficient after a certain amount of time. It could be that you exhaust that sort of database too quickly with that kind of paid media spend. I'm also just doing this assuming maybe like a month's worth of media spend, doesn't have to be a day. Let's just go with $3,000 per month. For some of you might be like, that's nothing. And for some of you might be like, that's a lot. Either way, just stay with me. I've used 3,000 as an arbitrary number. All of these below figures would turn out the same whether I did $1,000 ad spend or $10,000 ad spend. The next kind of column down below here is your cost per click. This is so important. I don't know if you can look at these columns like here and see that just a couple below, you can see that the traffic that's brought to the website, or the sessions that you can see, one of them is like 1,000 sessions and the other one is like 6,000 sessions. That is a crazy difference, and that is all affected by your CPC. I always go on about CPC, but it is such an important indicator of how you can really get people to your website as cheap as possible. So you can see that on the left here, this made up client has $2.72 CPC, and assuming in their industry, let's just say it's something that's high in demand, it's in e-commerce, it's in a space that can get a 50-cent CPC on average, their ads are too expensive. It means that they haven't enticed people to go to their website. Basically, their image isn't captivating enough, their video didn't entice people, or they're just missing the mark in terms of what their product actually is and how they're actually targeting their people. So keep that all in mind, that if your CPC is too high, you've got to really work on your creative and your copywriting and your whole sequence to get that right down. So once you can get it down, that's when you can see that the magic really happens and the amount of traffic that you get to your website dramatically increases, which is a really good start. We want eyes on the website. It's down the line to conversion. Then I wanted to just account for a bit of a bounce rate. You might find, depending on what your analytics come back with, that this might be a little bit higher, a little bit lower. I've just put like a safe buffer of like 10%, but definitely play around with this and understand what your bounce rate is for your paid media. This isn't bounce rate in overall in general, just for your paid media, and see what that comes back with through your analytics. But I've just put like a 10% buffer in here for now. Also, bounce rate quickly just means that basically they've left a singular page on your website and not continued. So they've gone there and decided, no, I'm not continuing, and they've completely gone out. And it could be potentially they clicked on the ad by accident. You have to account for those people in your metrics. Then once they actually get to the site, what is their conversion rate? So I like to see it as for every 100 people that get to the website, if one person converts and makes a purchase, that's a 1% conversion rate. So hope that helps. But basically what it's saying here is that for the people that are coming to that website, they're not converting. Maybe it's that their website is too hard to navigate. Perhaps their pricing is off for the industry. Maybe your shipping terms are absurd and deterring people away. Maybe your product images didn't entice people well enough. There are so many reasons why a conversion rate can be low, but your goal is to try and get it as high as possible. You want people really ecstatic about the brand when they land on your website. So as you can see here, we have one that's at 0.26, which is too low for conversions. So do keep that in mind if you're experiencing anything below 1%, come chat to us. No, I'm just taking, no, definitely audit why and have a look at your data and then try and see if you can get it to 1% and above. So I've put this one here at 1.2, which is definitely achievable. That is not an unreasonable conversion rate. And then as you can see from that, you then land into your AOV. So AOV is your average order value. Average order value is what is the average sort of price of the products on the website. So if you have one product and it's $2.99, it's safe to say that your average order value will be $2.99, unless you're doing an offer that's say, $50 off and half the people use that offer, then maybe it'll be like a $2.75 average order value because half the people used it at $2.50, half the people at $2.99. So on average, people spend about $2.75 with you. But if you do have a broad range of products, then say if you range from like an $80 product to a $150 product, maybe your average order value is around $100 that people spend with you. So knowing that is really important. So for this customer here, I've put two options, $120 and then $170. And so what you can see here is that just by changing the average order value to be a bit more, so potentially looking at your product line and thinking, okay, how can I get people purchasing multiple? How can I bundle it up? How can I upsell? How can I cross-sell? How can I get that cart bulkier? Will then also help the total revenue that comes out as well. So as you can see here, then getting into the revenue, look at that difference. Like that is insane how you can see that one even struggled to like make $1,000 and then another one here has made like $11,000. That is literally crazy. All because of the changes that we made above. Really auditing all of those metrics will then get you on your way to really having some good results. And then finally, you can see here this return on ad spend, what's currently happening versus what you could be achieving just by changing those things. So it's all doable. It is seriously an amazing, abundant life out there. You just have to think and really look at your analytics as to why, and also look aesthetically as well. Like what are every single element of your whole customer journey, what's happening and how can you make it even better to get all of those metrics in a more healthier place. I hope this helps. This is something that I get asked all the time and is something that I use like literally every month with my clients. Like I audit where they are with every single one of these metrics and it really sets them on a good path to understand with their paid media spend, assuming that this is Facebook and Instagram ads as the forecast, your CPC and things like that might change if you do another platform like Google ads or something. So just keep that in mind. Look at your industry averages before just putting in numbers. But yeah, I hope that this helps because this is game changing for the clients at Vonnie Media and for what we do in order to produce the best results for our clients. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did love this video and you learned something, remember to like this video. It really supports my channel and lets me know that you like these kinds of videos. We also do a lot of vlog content, which is amazing. We love it. And so if you haven't yet and you want to see a little bit behind the scenes of what we actually get up to, do check out those videos because they are so much fun. And yeah, you really get to see what we spoke about today, kind of live in action with all the clients that we visit and what we get up to in the office. Also as well, subscribe if you're really enjoying these videos and getting a lot of value out of them. I do recommend subscribing as it really supports my channel to continue to grow, and then also it just kind of helps me be found whenever I post a new video. But if you do want to get the first notification being like, she has posted, then make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when I post. Definitely leave a comment actually, because I think what would be great is if we can also leave some other valuable metrics or some other things to look out for in the comment section below that people can be aware about when they're thinking about doing paid media spend. I'd also love to know if you are doing paid media spend, where are you advertising? I'd love to know. There are so many platforms out there and it's constantly evolving and you need to keep up with the times and constantly be testing new platforms to see whether you can find a winner. I know that for us, we're seeing amazing results through TikTok. So definitely have a chat with me about TikTok if you want to, because I would love to have a chat with you on how that can work really well for your business. It's freaking amazing. But anyways, have an amazing day and I will talk to you very soon, and you'll also see me in the next video. Bye.